Hello everyone, this is Professor Moore. Welcome to the online version of Ed 505, Cultural Foundations of Education. I'm really excited to be speaking with you right now. I thought I would present a semi-interactive approach, or at least a video introduction to the how to navigate the syllabus and some of the key aspects of it. So of course you all know this is your course syllabus, and I'm your instructor, Carl S. Moore. I have my Master's of Arts from The Ohio State University in Higher Education and Student Affairs, and my Master's of Education in Urban Education from Temple University. I'm actually currently a PhD student there in my latter stages, working on my dissertation. My research interests are teaching and learning in higher education. I'm doing my dissertation on I'm looking at award-winning faculty members and how they foster inclusive learning environments. So I'm really excited about that and engaging in my research journey. So hopefully, this class here will help you in your pursuits with your thesis or your educational pursuits, because as you all complete your master's degree. Right here is my email address. I am very responsive to emails, and I will respond to you within 24 hours, if not sooner. Please feel free to email me at any given time with any question. And if you are better with talking, person to person, as you know, I actually, actually like that and prefer it a little bit more nowadays. We can set up a Skype meeting or a WebEx meeting, or there are multiple means of engagement that we can utilize to, communicate with each other. I'm going to go through the syllabus here. I'm not going to highlight everything specifically, but I just wanted to kind of breeze over it so that you all can understand, some key important aspects, because I know that sometimes when I am reading the syllabi, I might not really key in on certain aspects that the professor would like me to know, so I thought it'd be good for me to do. So the course overview right here. Pretty much what we're doing is we're going to be looking at the ways educational institutions and teachers within these educational institutions um, structure inclusive learning experiences like classroom experiences. So, in order to do that, we have to engage in a very critical understanding of who we are as a person. We have to engage in critical understanding of the structures and then how it all interacts with each other. This means unpacking a lot of what we already know and adding on some new information and kind of mixing it all up. One thing I will say is at the end of this class, we will all be greater, not because of just the course content, but because of the collective intelligence that we're able to build. Because we are all going to be adding and teaching and learning and growing together, to where I'm really excited to learn about you, well, not only about you, but from you all as well. So, as you can see right here, the differences between the teachers um, is the number one. Differences between teachers and student backgrounds, and how institutions and individual teachers create learning environments to engage these differences. If we were all green, we all have differences. But when we magnify, or when we put those differences more on the visual, contextual background level, then there are a certain number of elements that we must be aware of as educators if we're going to be culturally responsive and understand and inclusive. How the aspects of identity are framed and understood by teachers and parents and administrators. To expand our awareness of these issues, we will explore various ideologies and and beliefs in teaching and learning. Some common beliefs about our educational system as well as society, and how it has been shaped. This will all be analyzed. So it's kind of like, the Matrix. We're going to be looking at, education through the and taking the veil off of it, and I'm really excited about that, and I hope you are. Hopefully you all are as well. So, to be culturally responsive educators, I'll just highlight this one sentence here. We need to be able to conceptualize an understanding of what culture is and how it works. You are being grad students, or we all know as grad students, we want to be able to take theory and apply it to practice. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. and all the different tools, we're going to broaden and deepen our perspectives and be able to analyze through these theoretical frameworks. Because some of you might have an inclination or you might discuss this already, some of you might not, but no matter whether you are able to discuss it intelligently or not, the issues that go on in higher ed or the issues that go on in K through 12 for that matter, it's important to be able to have common language through theory that you can speak to other scholars about this. And that's what's really important about us gauging in certain articles that we're going to be reading and the literature that we're going to be kind of unpacking, is because we want to have that common language. One of my issues in the past, when I was a grad student through my first master's program, is I had all this passion and I knew what was wrong with the education system, but I didn't have the language to speak that everyone else could actually, tie into or buy into as well. I knew how to fix the problem from A to Z, but then once I was able to associate theory, the problems became a little bit more clear, and they also became a little bit more complex in terms of thinking that just this one solution would work, one or the other. And I know you all as teachers might have certain issues or problems with education or hunches, or have been presented with solutions, etc. And I think that broadening and deepening our understandings will both help that, but also help cultivate and mature your understanding. So, right here, working from the perspective that teachers teach who we are, which means that who you are and what views you hold. Let me highlight this whole sentence first, and I do apologize. So basically, working from the perspective that teachers teach who we are, which means that who you are and what views you hold as an individual affect what you choose to teach and how you relate with students. So, throughout the semester, what I'm going to be doing here is, well, what we're going to be doing is, as you know, I'm going to urge you to engage in a process for critically understanding yourselves, and I want you guys to encourage each other to do that as well. If you see people post things at certain times, I want you to analyze your views of yourself and how they affect your concepts of teaching and learning. In this course, I'm going to ask you to do some critical, effective teaching in a multicultural and a multiracial world, not just the world you might, a majority of world you might have thought you lived in the past. To critically think about and struggle to understand yourself within the context of race, class, gender, in relation to your beliefs. The subject matter and the structure of the course will provide you a unique opportunity to reflect on your beliefs about education, teaching, and culture. So, let's see here. The required text: affirming diversity. I was sent an email. Some versions you find on Amazon might say 2007 instead of 2008. Is the exact same book? I'm not sure. It might have been a reprint in 2008. Um, but it's definitely 2008 in my book. Hopefully you all were able to get a hold of the book. I'm really excited both about having both of these texts because they're going to really complement each other well. Tatum's book on Why Are the Black Kids Sitting Together and the Cafeteria, we're going to be reading this as well. Um, Although it says black kids, this is far more extensive and expansive than just race, but I'm sorry, just the black race. It's just Tatum's way of really getting at a very tough topic, and I think it's a really great read. I actually had to read it during when I was obtaining my master's at Ohio State, and I think that I'm really excited about sharing it with you. I think you're going to get a lot out of it. So let's go to, oh yeah, one thing I wanted to highlight here is that all of our course readings will be found in the Blackboard, anything that's beyond the book. So just if you see on the syllabus, as we'll see below, in the weekly assignments, if it's not a chapter from, Tatum or the Affirming Diversity, it will be something that's in the Blackboard. So, three requirements. First, cyber presence. It is so very imperative that you all engage, and participate, because in order to really create a conversation online that we would have in a classroom, whereas it can be free flowing thoughts. It really will take it takes a lot of posts for people to really feel like they're engaged. So I'm going to strongly encourage you all just to continue to check with the readings and posts and comment on each other's posts and really feel free. I think once we get the ball rolling, it might be a little difficult for you at first, or it might not make sense of how to have that engagement. But once we get the ball rolling, we'll be good. So we're really literally going to get out of this class what we collectively put in, as I wrote here. And of course, most importantly, your participation grade depends on it. So please, we're going to be using edmodo.com. I'm going to be posting a tutorial about how to sign in on this as well next. That'll be the next YouTube video you can see. But please, please, please participate, because it's the only way that we're going to get a lot out of this class. Next, contributions to safe space. Now, just because this says safe space does not mean that we're not going to challenge each other and be very, very analytical about our experience. We have to all realize that we are all coming from different contexts, and it's only with challenging and speaking your mind, challenging and confronting behaviors and speaking your mind and feeling free to do both, that we're all going to grow. You guys have the, you all, I'm sorry, not you guys, you all have the permission to be honest and open, only speaking your true thoughts and challenging each other. Only in doing that, learning will occur. Now, one thing I'll briefly note, there's three different things that you might be dealing with at any given time: a debate, a discussion, or a dialogue. A debate is when one person can be more right. A dialogue, I'm sorry, discussion is when you're just talking about something, and you're just expressing your opinion, and you might not necessarily, care if another person, understands where you're coming from or not. You're just kind of talking, you're not trying to shift. But a dialogue is when you come out of the conversation with a new found understanding, where everyone's thrown all of their ideas in the pot, and then at the end of this, we have a collective consciousness. Dialogue is what I would rather in our class. I'll actually post the difference between dialogue, discussion, and debate as well on the blackboard. So, this ties into number 2, where it says critical engagement with the reading and course material. Please realize that every Monday, by Monday at 5 p.m., you should have had all of your posts and assignments turned in for the previous week. If you post after that, or your assignments are turned in after that, it will not be counted unless we had some kind of arrangement ahead of time. I will be posting a new kind of brief instructional video, or some kind of kickoff into the material for the following week. Every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Your assignments are right here. As you can see, we're going to be doing an autoethnography. Before your assignments are due, I'm going to be briefly kind of like, highlighting, giving a brief video on what I really would be expecting for these assignments. So you have the autoethnography, the institutional observation, and then your literature circles. You're going to be put into groups so that you may engage in a weekly literature circle. So I'll post the groups, and I'll also post a video showing you what I mean by the group. You're going to be doing presentations here, reviewing and critiquing a curriculum or lesson plan, and so on and so on. So as you guys can see, it's all there. So I'm strongly encourage you all to continue to look through the remainder of the syllabus. I don't want to make this video too long, and please feel free to pose any questions to me as you may. With most of these assignments, as they arise, I'm going to also post in my briefly video update for that week. I'm going to post for you what I exactly am expecting or looking for. But I wanted to kind of really just kind of orient you into the syllabus and encourage you to read through if you have not done so already. I'm really excited about having you all in class. Please, if you're ending this video now, look at the video on how to use Blackboard and Edmodo. I'm going to be posting that next. Thanks a lot.